Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about hemorrhoids. This is a topic that I know so many of you want to hear about. So I am here today to share with you the root cause mainly and different ways that you can get rid of them and prevent them from recurring. Typically, if you have some constipation, you will see them recurring. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about them today. Essentially, hemorrhoids are hemorrhoids are anal veins that are enlarged and have lost their elasticity. They can be internal or external, so you either will be able to see them or you might not be. One way to know that you have hemorrhoids is obviously getting checked by your doctor, but a couple at-home ways is if you're going to the washroom and you're wiping and you're seeing a little bit of blood on the toilet paper or streaks of blood in your stool, that's one way to know that you most likely have some hemorrhoids. Another way to know is if there's pain when you're having a bowel movement. If you kind of feel like a cutting or stinging pain when you're having a bowel movement, that could be hemorrhoids as well, and they're just bleeding and causing like that blood in the stool also. So a few different times you might experience hemorrhoids are when you're constipated. If you have alternating constipation, you might notice that your hemorrhoids flare up. If you sit for long periods of time, if you obviously postpartum, if you've just given birth, but really the biggest thing is coming from straining, sitting too long, constipation. Obesity and lack of exercise can actually cause those hemorrhoids as well, and I'll touch on why shortly. But essentially, one of the biggest triggers for this congestion within that vein is portal congestion. So portal congestion is something that I address with all of my clients, hemorrhoids or not, but especially if there's hemorrhoids, because this is going to cause poor circulation throughout the system. There is a portal vein that connects our gut to our liver, our gut and our liver together. And this is where toxicity within the gut will kind of flow through the portal vein, get sent to the liver via the bloodstream, and then the liver does its thing. This portal vein is super, super important. However, if we are sitting down too long, if we're not moving, if we are obese, if we're not exercising, if we have constipation, so sluggish digestive system, the portal vein gets sluggish as well. It gets backed up and we end up with poor circulation to the rest of the body. One of the most important things to correct if you have hemorrhoids is improving your portal circulation or that portal vein. So that's something to think about. Another thing that is very common trigger for hemorrhoids are a low fiber diet. So if you are somebody who does not eat enough fiber, and by fiber I don't mean beans, I mean things like that are soluble, like chia seeds, flax seeds, psyllium husk, daily, not just a little bit in a smoothie in the morning, but a significant amount, and also in baked goods or whatever else you're making. If you're not getting fiber every day, you're going to have a lot of congestion within the portal vein, but you're also going to have a lot more constipation. Things won't be moving through you as easily. This will cause a lot of straining when you go to the bathroom, which will then end up enlarging that vein, that anal vein, and you're going to have that hemorrhoid form or hemorrhoids form. So low fiber diet is a trigger and or portal congestion. Another thing that I see pretty commonly are food sensitivities. So if you are sensitive to, say, gluten, for example, or dairy, and you're eating these foods, it's going to cause a lot of inflammation within the gut. This can cause issues just purely with your circulatory system by having all this inflammation. But more importantly, it's going to disrupt your gut function. So you're going to have irregular bowel movements. This again can cause inflammation in that area. So that's a couple things. Now, something else to keep in mind. People with IBS, people who have recurring constipation and diarrhea and have these really watery, really loose stools, that acidity in the stools can also irritate the anus, and that can also cause inflammation in that area, which could lead to hemorrhoids. So to summarize, what are some things that will trigger hemorrhoids? We've got the portal congestion. There's essentially high pressure in the portal venous system, which is usually due to liver tissue damage. Cirrhosis, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, liver toxicity, etc., can cause this venous congestion or hypertension. We also have food sensitivities, low fiber intake, and then IBS, so constipation, diarrhea. While all of this is going on, you're also most likely sitting for too long at your job, or you're not as active, or you're not moving your body enough, again, for that circulatory system. So what I usually do when I have a client come to me with hemorrhoids is we address all of this. We make sure that not only are they losing weight if they are overweight, but not only are they losing weight, that they're exercising, moving their body, not sitting for too long. And if you do have an office job where you are sitting a lot, try standing up and doing some work standing. And then we also add lots of fiber to the diet, get rid of food sensitivities, drain the liver and the portal system, and improve the circulatory system overall. And then if IBS is something to look into, we would also address IBS and make sure that there is no loose stools as well. So these are some things that we want to be addressing. Again, some signs and symptoms are, bleeding during a bowel movement. That's one of the most common signs. That pain when you're having a bowel movement. If there's any itching or irritation in the anal area, or any kind of like anal discomfort, pain, swelling, those are all indications that there might be a hemorrhoid, and sometimes you could even feel the hemorrhoid if it's external. Okay, so what are maybe I'll just touch on the conventional medical treatments that will typically be done if you were to go see like a mainstream medical doctor. I have found that these are not permanent fixes. They do return because, again, you're not addressing the root cause. So this is something to think about. But typical medical treatment is, one is infrared coagulation. There's also injections that they'll do in the anal area to kind of harden tissues there. There's laser treatment, ligation, and surgery. Now, again, these are all, to me, more extreme measures when you can address it, hopefully, at the root cause. I always say try holistic first. Try to get to the root cause of it before doing something more permanent, more extreme. That still is not addressing the root cause. That's my own opinion. Of course, talk to your doctor and do what is best for you. But what I suggest doing there's a fly here, are lifestyle, dietary, and supplement changes and remedies. So we'll start with your diet. You have to increase fiber intake, and you want to cut out all foods you are sensitive to. You also need to make sure you are drinking plenty of water. If you are not hydrating enough, you're going to have hard bowel movements. Even if you don't feel like you're constipated, if your stool is hard, that can cause a lot of inflammation in that area. You also want to cut out refined and simple carbs, caffeine, alcohol. Really just eliminate anything processed and inflammatory, and instead eat a really alkaline diet that's really high, again, in fiber, vegetables, healthy fats. So, you're eating more of a Mediterranean type diet. And then you want to get obviously lots of protein and dark leafy greens. So for diet, what does this look like? Smoothies in the morning, chock full of healthy vegetables and superfoods and fiber. You want to do herbal teas throughout the day. For lunch, maybe do some quinoa and some chicken and avocado with a homemade dressing. For dinner, you want to do, some kind of protein that you enjoy, whether it's salmon or, a grilled steak on the barbecue or something like that, but a good quality protein, lots of steamed vegetables on the side. For snacks, it could be hard-boiled eggs, it could be avocado, it could be trail mix. You're just eating a real whole foods superfood diet, lots of vegetables and things like that. If you are having constipation or IBS and you're having just a lot of digestive issues, go for soothing soft foods. Make sure you steam all your vegetables or puree them in a smoothie. Do broths, like bone broths, gelatin, herbal teas, warming things to really soothe the gut lining. Now, for supplements, what can we do? So when you're working with me personally, what I do is a lot of homeopathics. We do a lot of drainage therapy for the liver and kidneys using homeopathics. We'll do remedies specifically for portal congestion, so that portal or vein that we've been talking about. And then I will also do things for the cardiovascular system to balance and improve circulation. So those are done homeopathically. There are so many different remedies to choose from depending on you and your health history and the conditions that you currently have. So I can't give recommendations here, but I am accepting new clients if you are interested in working with me. You can send me an email to health@holisticspring.com. It's in the description box below. But some other things that we can do on the side: probiotics. These help your gut balance everything out. You'll have improved bowel movements, and your stool will be more formed and less hard and painful. So those are something to do. I am a huge fan of probiotics, and I think that they could really benefit you. Omega-3 fats, these help, not just lubricate the colon, but they help with circulation as well. You want to get a good quality one. I suggest the Genestra brands or Pure Encapsulations, purely because they are continuously testing, third-party testing as well, for all kinds of heavy metals and toxins and all of that within their products. So they're really pure, high quality, which I can't say the same for other brands. So omega-3 fats, usually like a cod liver oil, is perfect. You want to do vitamin C and bioflavonoids. These are antioxidants that can really help with the venous system. They can help with inflammation overall. They can help with constipation. You also want to be taking an iron if you've been losing a lot of blood via hemorrhoids. You want to just replenish that with some iron. Now, another couple things that can help really lubricate the colon and prevent that straining and all of that would be aloe vera gel, marshmallow root, and or licorice root, and some fiber. A way to get all of that in, the aloe, the marshmallow roots, the licorice, the L-glutamine, the fiber, is through a supplement called GI Fortify. This is from Pure Encapsulations. I'll link that down below. It is absolutely incredible, as it's so high fiber but so anti-inflammatory. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water with it, but it can be so soothing for the gut. You also can do minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium to also help bring fluid to the intestinal system and kind of loosen everything up and push everything through more easily. Also for vitamin K, if you feel like you're constantly bleeding via the hemorrhoids, you could do vitamin K to help clot the blood, so the wound is healing quicker and you're not continuously bleeding. But again, at the end of the day, all of those help, but you really want to bring in that drainage for the liver, the portal congestion, cleanse and purify the liver so that your circulation's improved and you're getting to that root cause of the hemorrhoids. What else can we do, lifestyle wise? So obviously figure out why you have constipation. If you're simply not drinking enough water, up the water. If it's not enough fiber, up the fiber. If you're not exercising, exercise. You need to move your body. You also want to do, again, liver and kidney drainage, and you want to address potential dysbiosis. So if your gut is full of bad bacteria, parasites, things like that, it's going to cause much more inflammation, but also a strain on the bowels, and you're not going to have those healthy, regular bowel movements that we're looking for. What you can also do is get aloe leaf. This is TMI, but it works well. Get some fresh aloe leaf from your store, an edible kind, and then you want to cut it a little piece and literally rub it on the area where the hemorrhoids are, and that can help with healing. Witch hazel compress applied to the hemorrhoids can be soothing as well. So I get some some organic cotton pads, not coconut. I don't know why I said that. Organic cotton pads, you can buy them on Amazon. Just like little rounds or swabs, and then put some organic alcohol-free witch hazel on there, and then you can pat that on the hemorrhoids as well. That can be very soothing. You can do sitz baths, put some nice herbs or essential oils in a hot bath as well, which can help just relieve pain, things like that. You want to do things to reduce your stress, as this directly impacts your digestive function. So deep breathing, meditations, calming things. And I have my list here so I don't forget anything. So that's why I'm just looking down here. You also need to lose weight if necessary. This will really help with your hemorrhoids long term. And then there's something called the Kizzy technique, or it's also known as a direct current hemorrhoid correction or negative galvanic hemorrhoid correction approach. And it just treats hemorrhoids without having to use surgery. So it's called the Kizzy technique, Keesey. A couple other things I will suggest are some herbs. I love mullein oil. Mullein herb is what I use for clients who have a lot of mucus, congestion, and that kind of stuff. So mullein oil, tea, it can be swabbed on the area as well. It's kind of like an astringent, and it's like a pain reliever as well. So taking it can help to relieve pain of the hemorrhoids if that's an issue. German chamomile or yarrow tea can also be really beneficial. and horse chestnut tea or herb. So those are some herbs that I would suggest. But at the end of the day, the most important thing to do is up your fiber and your water consumption, eat a clean diet and eliminate food sensitivities. Move your body, so don't just sit all the time. Walk. You don't have to do weightlifting or anything crazy, but just walking can be so helpful. And then you also want to address the liver and kidney toxicity and congestion by using homeopathic drainage remedies. On top of that, you also want to potentially treat pathogenic overgrowth, or not treat, but rebalance the gut by removing the overgrowth of pathogens that are there potentially. These are some things you want to do, and if you follow these tips, you will have really great relief with your hemorrhoids, and they may never come back if you kind of lead a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to get those addressed, hopefully these tips in this video helped. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below and I will try to get back to everyone. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.